All right, so we have the Hobbymate Duo in front of us. Sometimes we use this charger with our kits, and sometimes we use the ISDT-D2. Both chargers are almost identical in their functionalities and the way that they're set up. The Hobbymate has a few extra settings that you can choose from, and it also has a pretty cool feature, which is the wireless charging for your cell phone. Right here on top, just set your cell phone if it has the wireless charge or whatever device you have, and it'll start charging. It also has a XT60 in the rear, so you can plug in a external battery in order to power it in the field, meaning that this charger can be used out in the field by using a larger battery to charge smaller ones. So the only other real note to make with this is the plugs on the front of the unit will actually have the balance plugs flipped, meaning that the balance plugs negative ports start here on the right, and so we'll plug it in all the way to the right. And as we plug that in, you start seeing the voltage come up. We'll go ahead and plug the XT60 in also, and this is now reading this battery. It is saying that it's 19.44 volts. It's saying that the average cell, which in the other unit also said this, I don't know if you can see that, average cell 3.878 to 3904. So this one will read. All right, so now we're in the menu. We're gonna make sure every time we're charging LiPo packs that we're balance charging. We're also gonna make sure that it's set to LiPo and not any other settings. We don't want to charge the high voltage because I don't recommend using high voltage. It's a whole discussion you can get into later, but cell voltage is going to be 4.2. So we're going to bring cell voltages up to 4.2. The cell count here is going to be a 5S battery. Always make sure this matches the number of cells. You will get an error if it doesn't. Your current rating you're going to want at 2C. I recommend charging all your packs at 2C, no higher, no lower. You can go lower if you want, but no higher is preferred. 2C means that you're taking the amperage, or 1500 milliamps, which is 1.5 amps, and multiplying it by 2, which gets you to 3 amps safely charging. Now, that's, again, our suggestion, and if you would like to charge differently, feel free. We're going to go ahead and start this task, which shows this kind of yellow background, which means it's charging, and it says it's balancing. So it's balancing all these cells to 4.2 volts. So as that charges, we're going to move over to channel 2. And we're going to talk about discharging real quick. Anytime you have a battery you're not going to fly and you'd like to set it to be storage charged, not discharged, what you'll do is you'll plug it in just like you're going to charge it. Again, all the way to the right with that balance plug. And now we've got, here we go, 18.85 volts. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in, we're going to change the task to storage. Now, storage charging means that it's going to bring all the cells to a certain voltage. 3.8 is what we recommend storage voltage. This will keep your packs nice and fresh. Again, we're going to change this current setting. I typically do not use more than 2C on my storage. Some people will tell you different. This does take a little while, especially if you have a battery that's fully charged, but it's the safest way to discharge it to a good proper storage voltage. We'll start that one, and again, just like the other charger, you'll see it's kind of a purple color. So now we've got 2 batteries running. We've got one running on a storage charge and one running on a charge. So this is how you'll be using your system to charge your batteries. I highly recommend digging deeper into some resources on using this charger specifically, as well as just proper LiPo storage and health. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.